Hi everyone, it's Lizette, aka Butterfly 2017. I did not make a 2 week post-op, so I'm gonna kind of combine week 2 and 3, and go over stats. So for combined stats, my highest weight was 232. Surgery day was 224.2. On my 2 week post-op, the previous week I had been 217.8 and current weight was 215.4. So that gave me a loss of 16.6 from my highest weight, 8.8 from surgery day, and 2.4 for the week. Now, when it comes, and also inches, from the total, and I rechecked this and I measured right, so I'm not sure. It seems too high to me, but everything I measured and remeasured and checked my notes and it looks right. So unless I messed up, it looks like I've lost 10 inches. So that's really exciting. As far as 3 weeks post-op, again, highest weight 232, surgery date 224.2. Last week, which would have been week 2, would have been 215.4, and current weight 213. So that's minus 19 pounds from my highest weight, 11.2 from surgery date, and a loss of 2.4 from last week. In inches, that is a loss of 4.5 for the week and a total of 15 inches lost since the beginning. So I'm looking down at some notes, a lot of things to kind of go over. If you saw my last video, it was kind of really short and sweet. I wasn't feeling good at all. I ended up actually in the ER that night. I was having issues with black stools. Sorry, TMI, but it was a concern because of the Lovenox shots and concern with bleeding. So when I called, they had me stop them on that Friday. And when I stopped them, I started getting cramping. I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. And cold sweats and just a lot of different things. I ended up telling my husband when he got home, I need to go to the ER. I just was not feeling well. I did go to the ER that night. After a few hours, they ran a few tests and gave me some IV, and I did feel better. I got poked all over the place. I actually still have a bruise that is gone away, and this is actually not even the one they did the IV on. This is the one where the vein, I guess, rolled and they didn't get it. I had 2 here and then 2 on this arm. So that was a very painful experience at the hospital. Kind of separate these into different sections. So as far as NSVs that or goals that I've actually accomplished. So I have been pre-diabetic for 7+ years. I only know that because when I started this process, I went back through all the blood work and results that I could as far as I was able to find. I think maybe the insurance changed or something because I was only able to go 7 years, and I have been pre-diabetic that long. As of today, I am no longer pre-diabetic, so that is one of the biggest goals. My journey with this after losing my mom was just to get healthy and to be here for my kids. The loss of my mom has really done a number on me, and lost with a few family members from the same thing, from stroke. So this journey is not just about the weight loss. It's about my health and being around for my kids, to not have them go through the pain that I'm going through with the loss of my mom. So that's great thing to celebrate. That was one of my biggest goals, and to have already reached it at 3 weeks post-op is just absolutely amazing. I am just stoked. The other thing is I was taken off no more cholesterol medication, which is another thing I had been on for over a year. So that is really exciting. I got my new Fitbit today, and it is a size small. So I had another one that was a large and kind of fit snug. And so I ordered a small because I didn't want to go with a large. I just wanted to reach to meet what I wanted to do and get a small. So came in today and it fit, and that was amazing. And part of that is also, before I wasn't able to touch my fingers before surgery, and now I am able to put my fingers across. So that's another NSV that I'm excited about. Other goals I have for the future, collarbones. I know they're in there somewhere. I'd like to see them soon. So that's one. I'm currently at 213, so getting to Wonderland, that would be super exciting. After that, my next goal, I am putting it as 175 and then 150. Who knows where we'll go from there. I guess my body will let me know. I was probably about 145 when I met my husband, so it's been about 25 years. And so not sure. 175 is where I do remember being comfortable. I was slim, but not too thin. With my body type, curves, I like my curves, so I don't want to get too small. Now, challenges. So I'm still struggling getting my fluids in. I seem to be doing really good on protein. I am getting at least 90 grams of protein. The fluids would probably count just of my protein, which is not a lot. Or when I ice, like say for example, I'll do a decaf coffee iced with vanilla or caramel Premier Protein. And so I guess I do put a lot of ice, but it's not a lot of fluids. So I do try to do G2, but I think I focus more on my protein. So a challenge for me is my fluids, and I need to work on that. I do have concern going back to work. I am was due back on the 5th, but they called me that they need my 1 month post-op to be moved from the 1st to the 5th because I can't come within my 30 days. I need to be released or go after my 30 days. So they have moved my appointment now to the 5th. So that means if everything gets signed off, I'll be returning to work on September 6th. I do have quite a commute to Huntington Beach. It's about a 45-minute to an hour drive depending on traffic. And then also, being busy at work, will I stay on top of my protein? Will I stay on my fluids? Who knows? Sometimes I know when I've done Weight Watchers, I actually do better when I'm at work versus on the weekends and stuff. So I'm hoping it goes that way. Did hit a stall when I changed to Puree and Soft. That was a little frustrating. It actually made me take back and go back to liquids because I was concerned about hitting the stall, and I didn't like the fact I was weighing daily. I'm still weighing daily, but I probably should put that away because I think it's encouraging when it's down, but when it's not, it's a little frustrating. I'm trying not to stress on it because stress doesn't help either, and stress probably won't help when you get to the losing hair, and I don't have that much, so I don't want to add to that. So I am still weighing daily, but I did stall for sure when I transitioned to Puree and Soft, so I went back to doing at least 2 protein shakes and then just like grits or something like that to have one meal to actually eat. As far as tips, I had some tips. So I was struggling with my protein at first, and when I went to the doctor's office, they told me about Gene Pro. And so I bought it. It is 1 tablespoon and gives you 30 grams of protein, which is great. I am from the South. I was born in New Orleans and then was raised in Florida. And so I like grits. And so what I did was I will do 1 packet of the grits and then put the tablespoon of the Gene Pro, add 4 ounces of water, a little bit of butter, and then just those bacon bites, the ones you throw in salad and stuff, and they do get soft within the hot water. So that's been my go-to, and with that and 2 Premier Proteins, I'm getting 90 grams of protein. So, Could probably throw it in other stuff, maybe oatmeal or something. I just haven't tried it. I like the grits, so I'm good with that. Excuse me. So another recommendation or tip is I bought those Torino sugar-free syrups, like the kinds they use at Starbucks. They use it all the different places. Bought mine at the local market, Ralph's, and was actually really surprised. So just to not get, I love chocolate, but to not get tired of the Premier Protein. I have chocolate, I have vanilla, I love caramel, but it's been hard to find an actual case of them. And right now Costco has them, the cases 18 pack for $19.99. So I have a lot of chocolate and vanilla, and then I did get gifted bananas and cream, and I was gonna exchange it, but my husband opened the case, so I've got to use them. So my way around it was I bought the Torino sugar-free syrups, and what I did was I've kind of changed the flavors a bit. I've played around with it, and it's helped me not get tired of the flavors. I do the chocolate on its own, or I'll do the chocolate and add the raspberry syrup, and that tastes amazing. Gives it a different flavor. I also have caramel, and I've done the vanilla with some caramel. I've also done the vanilla with some caramel and raspberry. And the banana one, I have actually added a little bit of raspberry to it. It kind of just changed it up, so it gave it a different flavor. So that was pretty good. Also, when I do the protein coffee, I'll add a little bit of the caramel, which makes it taste good. So you don't get tired of the same thing. See what else. I don't tend to see a difference yet. I mean, I've done some side-by-side pictures, and I do see in my face if I do that. Looking at myself, I don't. Still wearing the same clothes, so no changes there, but in my face I do see it if I can do a comparison. Just looking at myself, I don't see the change or the difference. But my kids do, and especially if I run into someone. I ran into a friend yesterday, and she's like, there's just something different about you. She couldn't pinpoint it, and then we kind of got to talking, and she remembered I had surgery and said, she could really notice the difference. So it's coming along, just trying to stay focused, not dwelling on the stalls, and keeping on. So hopefully I will be able to be on track. My 3-week was actually yesterday, and luckily I'm getting this done right now. I'll be doing another one next week for my 4-week or 1-month post-op, which is exciting. And that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, please don't hesitate to leave them. Also, if you want to continue to follow me, my Instagram is the same as my YouTube name, and you can just follow me there. I do tend to post a little more there than actual videos here. But don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.